Okay, so look, the other day we were all online discussing about how we just cannot figure out what on earth to eat anymore. But we didn't continue the conversation and discussing, so what is the go-to? What do you go to? So I'm gonna show y'all what my go-to is. Anytime I cannot decide what I want to eat and I'm just like sick of it and I don't feel like trying to decide anymore, my go-to comfort meal is always chicken and rice. It never fails. Super easy to put together. You put it in a crock pot and going on about your day. And when you come back home, you got a cute little meal ready. And it's perfect for the fall. Let's get into it.
Whipping up all of your favorite recipes. Simply Food.
You should know by now that you're in for a treat.
Simply Food.
There's no other channel where you'd rather be.
Simply Food. Seafood, pasta, cakes, and pies. Sing and laugh and even cry. Like and share and hit subscribe. Simply Food by TY.
I'm going in with some bone-in skinless thighs. I removed the skin, took away a good amount of the fat. It's okay if there's a little bit left on there, but you definitely want it with bone in. That's going to create some great flavor inside of that crock pot. This is probably about 4 pounds worth of chicken here. So you're going to need chicken stock. Now I'm using my homemade chicken stock. This is 2 quart-sized jars. Now just know my chicken stock is flavored down. So if you're not using my recipe for my homemade chicken stock and you're using store-bought, you might have to add in more seasonings as you go, which is totally fine. Just, taste as you are cooking. Those are 2 quart-sized jars. You're going to need some poultry seasoning, onion powder, garlic powder, herbs de Provence, paprika, and a little bit of black pepper. We're keeping it really, really simple. Also, be using 2 10.5-ounce cans of cream of mushroom and 2 10.5-ounce cans of cream of chicken. If you make your condensed cream of chicken and cream of mushroom from scratch, then do your thing, add it in there. I'm going in with 2 tablespoons of the granulated onion. Remember, I'm working with about 4 pounds of chicken here today. 1 tablespoon of the granulated garlic. 1 teaspoon of paprika. Make sure that it's regular paprika, not smoked. 2 tablespoons of the herbs de Provence. I absolutely love using this product. Anytime I'm making any type of like roasted chicken, the flavors in this are always spot on. 2 tablespoons. And then 2 tablespoons of your poultry seasoning. Now, all poultry seasonings are not made equal. So based on whatever brand you like, just keep an eye out if it has a lot of salt in it. You can always add salt to it later. As I always say, it is easy to add salt. It's not easy to take it away. This particular brand, the sodium on this is actually not that bad. It's only 80 milligrams. So I know that I can be a little bit more heavier handed with this particular brand of Southern Blend poultry seasoning. A pinch of black pepper. Give all of this a good massage. That right there is how that chicken should be looking. We're now going to begin adding in my stock. And anytime you're opening something from your pantry that you've previously canned, you want to make sure that you can hear that air pressure being released. So listen up closely. There we go. That's how we know that was properly sealed. You always want to go in for a sniff test. God, it smells so good. It smells like I just made it yesterday, and I made this on August the 18th. Perfect. Sounds great. So now I'm going to go on ahead and add these to my crock pot. Now, in most cases, I would say that you actually don't need to add liquid because, chicken makes its own liquid. But because I'm going to be adding in rice to this at a later time, in the recipe, I want to go on ahead and just get that liquid already going. So I'm going to add in 2 quarts of my chicken stock. And again, I'm going to be adding rice to this. So that's the reason why we're adding in this much liquid. Place this into your crock pot, put the lid on it, and allow this to cook on low. Now, using a liquid measuring cup, I've measured out 2 cups of uncooked rice. I typically use either a jasmine rice or a basmati rice. I'm now going to take this over to the sink and wash this until the water is running clear. And when I say the water should run clear, this is what I mean. That water should not be cloudy at all. You want to make sure you run it through that water at least 3 or 4 times or until the water resembles this. Now we can go on ahead and drain the water off. All right, y'all. So this chicken has now been cooking for 3 hours. I did 2.5 hours on low And then the last 30 minutes, I turned it up on high. This chicken is nice and tender. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of the chicken out of the crock pot and place it into a bowl where I am then going to separate the meat from the bones. Place the lid back on this and leave that temp on high. And before you go to shred up your chicken, go on ahead and add in both of your cans of your cream of mushroom and your cream of chicken. This is going to add a lot of flavor to this. Look, let me tell you something. Again, when I'm hungry and I literally cannot figure out what on earth I want to eat, this meal will always be a go-to. It's super simple. It don't require me to have to stand over the stove and cook it. And it always hits the spot. And I'm telling you, it don't matter how many times throughout the week, how many times throughout the year, I could probably eat this every single day. Go ahead and give this a good whisk and then place the top back on it so that you do not lose too much heat. All right, guys, so I've gotten all of my chicken nice and shredded up. So now I'm just going to carefully add all of this directly back to the crock pot, drippings and all. And I'm now also going to add in all of my washed rice. I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of butter and now give all of this a good mix. My God, this ain't even fully cooked yet, and I'm already salivating. Oh, my God. Well, I tell y'all, this is one of my favorite things to eat. Year round, but especially during the fall time. All right, I'm now going to put the lid back on this and allow this to cook, and I'll let you guys know exactly how long this takes. All right, y'all, so I let this cook for about an additional hour and a half, so the total cook time was about 4.5 hours in total. And as you can see, my God, today. It literally is nothing fancy. It's just one of my favorite comfort meals. Just some chicken thighs with some rice. Mixed in that like cream of mushroom, cream of chicken gravy situation. Eat it with some cornbread, a little bit of broccoli on the side. It really is that simple. It's one of my favorites. All right, let's go in for a taste test, child. All right, y'all, so that's really it. I just top it with a little bit of parsley and call it a day. You know, ain't much more to it. Let's go in for a taste test. All right, here we go, y'all. Let's go in for a taste test. There it is. There she goes. Here we go. Every time. And just remember, like I said, you know, the base of this is really going to depend on where you're getting your chicken stock from. Is it from scratch? Is it from the store? So remember, you might have to adjust the seasonings. You might have to adjust the salt. Some people find that the cream of chicken and the cream of mushroom products a bit salty. In my opinion, they're not. I adjusted my seasonings to my liking to accomplish this today. But it's one of my favorites. So I hope y'all try it out. Have a great day, everyone. Bye, honey.